Going to make some how to ID your front and rear axles on your 9000 series John Deere today. Going to start with a 100 series. This particular tractor had a set of 8 710 42s on it, and we sold them, so we got them. We put something back on it. Didn't quite need it to be tore down yet. So we're going to start with how to ID a standard axle. So a standard has recessed bolt holes, if you will. You can see how they're recessed in the housing. So that's a visual that we use to ID here, especially if a part's off and maybe we didn't mark it properly. Trying to figure out what it is. There are mark numbers, but typically when these tractors are, when it's on the axle, or excuse me, on the tractor, or on your tractor, and everything's pushed in like it normally is, they're really hard to see. You never know where they are. Like this tractor here, it had a lot of oil buildup around it, and if you've had a failure, then you're going to have that mess also. So that's how we ID the standard axle. Differentials all look the same. So that little design, if you will, how it's cut out, that will verify that it's a standard axle. Now the next piece is on your diameter. And round is really hard to measure. So a lot of times we'll use a credit card, we'll use a driver's license, anything that's a standard size can help us with that. But what also can help is also looking at your wedges. Now on the newer style, when we get to them, it'll show you it's actually marked on the wedge what it is. So that makes it a lot easier to identify. Also, the newer tractors with the serial number, you'll know exactly what they have also. A little harder with these. But you can only have a 100 millimeter or a 110. Actually, a 9400 will only have just a 100 millimeter. But as a general guide, this size here is only going to have 2 options. So physical design of the axle housing and diameter of the axle shaft is where we like to start.